Good morning, everybody. 9:03 a.m. It is Tuesday, June 13th. June 13th, 2017. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 9 a.m. show. What's going on? Stuff on in the background. Good morning, Jeff. I like it better when I use the other theme. I'm going to go back to the other theme. My song. For crying out loud. Good morning. Let me do my thing. I gotta go through this like every day. I should do this every day, in other words. But let me see here. Hold on a second. The views and opinions expressed by the participants in this broadcast are their own and not necessarily shared by the sponsors, organizations, or individuals interested in this broadcast. It will contain topics and language unsuitable for younger listeners, so parental discretion is advised. Good morning. 9:05 a.m. on Tuesday, June 13th, 2017. You're watching the 9 a.m. show on Periscope, on YouTube, and on Twitch. And I look like I just woke up because I just woke up. Good morning, Tate. So, good morning. You love summer. Summer is awesome. You're not wrong. And by I love summer, I mean I love sleeping. Sleeping is awesome. Summer is awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. One of these days, I'll be able to play music in the background. Just put a little bit of something in the background while we're talking. But put that on the list. I'm writing it down. But if you guys excuse me just 1 second, I forgot to take my morning meds. Time to take the crazy pills. There we are. Good morning. So anyways, let's start up with something that happened. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, enjoy the conversation. Feel free to. Right now I'm talking to folks on Periscope because I can see them. Afternoon, Robert. But you can't see them yet. And for some reason, Restream doesn't believe me when I tell them that I can't see them yet on the, or that you can't see them yet on the chat. Restream.io has a cool service. Hi, CG. Good morning. Restream.io has a cool service where they can restream, oddly enough. It's funny how they named it that. Broadcast, simulcast throughout different resources. And they even have a chat feature, which is right here, that can tell you how to, or that can show you different chats. You can talk to different peoples, and they can appear on the screen. But apparently Periscope, it's for some reason Periscope's not showing up. They say it works. They say it's fine. They're like, yeah, it should be when you go live. It should go fine. I'm like, nope. So, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll get something working. The last update on Periscope made replays weird. How weird? Weird in what way? My pocket's inside out. Weird in what way, Tate? They give you 3 eyes, 15 eyeballs. They autoplay when you click them, and if you pause and come back, there's no sound. Oh. Yeah, well, I don't have my act together. How can I expect anybody else to have their act together? That's fine. It's fine. The important thing is we're here together, and it's morning, and it's 9 a.m. chill, and I'm getting it done. I sound marvelous. I look marvelous. It has 3 legs, 1 arm, and 5 heads. The Boston Marathon finish line. All right. So happy Tuesday, everybody. June 13th, 2017. Yeah, happy Tuesday. Last night, give you a little update on what happened to me. Nothing too majorly exciting, but it's kind of cool. I went across town to this place called Geek Out. This neat little shop where they have a lot of anime stuff and figurines and tabletop games, collectibles, like collectible card game type stuff, Magic the Gathering and everything. They do a lot of Magic the Gathering tournaments. It's definitely the place to do Magic tournaments. And what else did they have? Like dice and stuff like that. It's a neat little hobby shop for role-playing games. Never played Magic the Gathering? It's all right. You know, I'm not into it myself, but I can see the appeal of it. You know, kind of like the collectible card games. Build your deck, have your offense and your defense. Get your the tools of your combat, or whatever you want to call it, the weapons of choice, or whatever. Not too bad. And people seem to love it. So if as people are passionate about it, fantastic. No problem whatsoever. I don't have to play it, but if other people, they played it in the cafeteria when I was in high school. Oh. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm blind without my glasses on. Sweet. So, but I went there to check out game to join Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition, which is old school Dungeons and Dragons, before they totally revamped it, I guess. Um, wow, my glasses are horrible today. I should have checked that before I got on the friggin' camera. I want to find people to play D&D. I played once, and it was so much fun. It is fun. Role-playing games are fun. That's honestly, I think those a lot more, and they're for different reasons. People enjoy them for different reasons. Me personally, I love character development. I love the idea of building a story and building characters and building a world, and you're living in that world and you're making your decisions and stuff based on what your character would do. And it's acting and writing and directing and stuff all at the same time. So it's really cool to have that much. And I never really knew what role playing games were, other than Dungeons and Dragons. You control these guys and you swing swords and all that stuff. But role playing games really open up. I mean, you want to talk about open world, the kind of thing that people are looking for in video games with open world concepts, with sandbox concepts, is, I think, the thing that they're trying to strive for is what pen and paper role playing games provide. Just not on a like technological level, just not, you can't just see it and listen to it and that sort of thing. But it's that same vibe, a world that you can explore and do what you want when you want. Jenna, good morning. Bilbo, good morning. Thanks for joining me on Periscope. Morning, darling. So, happy Tuesday to you. Uh, but yeah, the pen and paper RPGs are just, they're just so much fun, and that's the whole reason why I wanted to start up 10,000 Worlds. And I'm getting an idea working with these guys of the vibe of pen and paper games, the preparation that it takes. And I got to say that this group, coming to Florida, leaving Saturday. So have a safe trip, Jen. I hope you get down here safe, and we hang out, absolutely. Uh, so, I mean, there's a lot of preparation that's involved, a lot of pre-production type stuff. And like before the game starts, the GM or DM, Dungeon Master, Game Master, whatever, whichever one you want to call it, depending on the game that you're doing. And there's no real difference other than a Dungeon Master is someone. If someone says Dungeon Master, you know it's D&D. If someone says Game Master, it could be a GM. It could be anything. It was fun last night. Yeah, it was really cool. There's also different names like Storyteller or Overseer or whatever. There's like the narrator, things like that. Different names that are given to the person who's controlling the story, as opposed to the players who are controlling the characters. And absolutely. Bilbo asked if second date was confirmed. Absolutely. The tonight, or rather last night, uh, went on from 4:30 to like 9, and then uh, like I said, it was a lot of prep, so it wasn't like action packed, but it was decent. And then um, next Monday, we're gonna do it again. Um, and then after next Monday, it's every other Monday. So next Monday, then skip a Monday, then the Monday after that, etc. Uh, just the times were weird because, or the days I should say were weird because the DM, she is scooter bound and has oxygen mask and stuff like that. So she's I guess she went to the hospital, earlier on in the week. So, or last week I should say. That's why she missed the Monday. Duh. But I guess she's doing all right now. So, anyways, yeah, I met Dee, and she seems like a really nice lady, and her husband as well, who plays the game, and she's the DM. And then we went over like writing up my character sheet, skills, and all that, figuring out what my boy Tassadin is all about. Talking about the new raid in Warcraft. No, we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons pen and paper role-playing game 3.5 edition. Actual sit down, roll the dice, roll for initiative. How were the snacks? The snacks were lacking. There were no snacks. I like the snacks vibe, but there was no snacks. Old school, yeah. Old school RPGs, baby. I love old school RPGs. I stopped at Circle K and got me a large polar pop of ice water, and that lasted me the whole session. So I had some water on me, but yeah, it's a bring your own. It's BYOB. They're bring your own snacks. BYOS. My game will not be like that. I'll tell you that right now. You won't see that kind of action or lack of action in mine. Lexi Lynn, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah, ice water is fantastic. I drink it all the time. I'm drinking it right now. So, as you can tell, I love orange. That's not news to anybody, except for the new people. By the way, if you're watching for the first time, of course, please follow. Share this broadcast with your friends. If you guys could send some follows out, I'd appreciate it too. Drinking water, I love it. Ice water, nice cold ice water. Delish and refresh. Hey John, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Bilbo. Hopefully we'll get some folks on Twitch and YouTube. Yet we don't have any watchers, anyone watching currently, but that's all right. We're starting a new thing here. Mine are all you guys. That's right. Hey, everybody watching. Matt's on. Yeah. So what else? We talked for a little while. How old am I? How old do you think I am? I always like to see how much everybody else thinks I am. Professional walking. Oh, professional king. Sorry. I'm a professional buddy. 28. Thank you. I'm 44. I'll be 45 in August 20th. So I'm an old man. I love the setup. This is fantastic. This is so cool. Once I get this into the only thing I'm looking forward to is once I get this in the studio, I'll be on a couch, so it'll be even more comfy. But this is pretty comfy now. It's pretty nice. Different backdrop and everything, but this has been pretty cool. So yeah, I'm digging it. Yeah, but right now I'm on my dining room table. Yeah, but it's still nice. It's a nice setup. Nobody's using my dining room table. We don't have company over or anything, so forget. Until, I mean, maybe when we get the game going, if we ever get some type of tabletop game going, I might have to. What monitor am I using? Right now I got the phone. I'll show you, because I have a webcam. So I'll show you. Give me a second. Figure out what this is snagged on. There we go. Yeah, so here's the setup. I got Periscope right there. And then my webcam's right here. And I got 2 monitors. One for all the, broadcasting and stuff and the chat and all that. And this one's for all the content and everything. Look at that. Keyboard, mouse. There's a computer right there. My drink, snacks, garbage, my notes, everything. Yeah, it's cool. We have the same doors. Cool. No, you don't have the same doors because then you'd be in my house. But yeah, like I said, it's a nice setup. Pretty cozy. And at some point, I'd like to get bigger monitors, but mostly for playing video games. I know, the trash. Well, it's not, okay, it's not trash. It's not really trash. It's a pair of my swim trunks that I brought out that I ended up not using and just never got off the table. Because I would remind my, I'd like put those there to remind myself. PC looks like R2. Yeah, I call it Stormtrooper. That's my Stormtrooper. I got my dice from last night. I got some mail. I got part of my tripod that I don't use now because I needed to mount this. I needed to mount the phone on the big tripod. I got family pictures. Pam was framing. I got a clipboard that had some of my notes, controller, pills. So it's clutter. It's not garbage. It's clutter. And I just turned off my monitor by mistake. There we go. So yeah, D&D went really well. And so what game are we playing? I don't know. Probably Conan. Maybe Minecraft or DDO. You should do a dual broadcast with Pam. I want to. I'd love to have her hang out with me. She's working all the time. She's always busy. She might be coming home around noon or 1 or 2 or something like that. My beard is going the wrong way. But yeah, she's going to be talk D&D, you scatterbrain. I'm addressing everybody else, AG. For crying out loud. People are talking. I'm not going to ignore everybody. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about D&D. When's Pam going to go on here? Shut up. We're talking about D&D. Yeah, Pam's going to get home like about noon or so, I think. Maybe we'll hang out. Dungeons & Dragons. So, we rolled up my character, got his skills and everything. First level Street Rat Rogue. Do you have the cards and things to D&D? You don't need cards. You need a character sheet. And she was pretty thorough with how she works. You could do a walkthrough on here sometime. Absolutely. I can absolutely show you how to set up a character, but you need a character sheet, and she had something called a carry sheet, which is basically all the slots you would see on a game. You know, helmet and armor and what's in your left hand, what's in your right hand, what's in your pockets, if you got a backpack, inventory type stuff. So she's got a whole inventory list there. Scope a session once you get better acquainted. Absolutely. I don't remember how to play. It's really cool. In fact, my character's name is Tassadin. Trolls are lame. In all cases, yes, trolls are lame. My character's name is Tassadin. He's a young man in his early teens, and he's aspiring to be a rogue, aspiring to be a thief, due to the nature of his race of halflings. And she gave me a thing here. She's like, here's some specific things concerning halflings. So she's like, yeah, they're kind of hobbitish. They're kind of hobbity. They are and they're not. Like D&D, they treat halflings. Halflings and hobbits seem to be two different things. However, I mean, they're kind of like a combination. The D&D considers halflings to be like really small, like almost like fae, you know, like brownies. Super small, normally like 3 feet tall, even smaller, shorter than dwarves. And like my guy is I think he's like 2'5", 2'8", something like that. Leorin, masked human bard. Oh, cool. Good morning, Aaron. Happy Tuesday. And she's not P. She's not pea colored. So he's a young man. He weighs like 21 pounds. He's a little nothing. Still not getting notifications. Good thing you know 9 a.m. comes every day at 9 a.m. If only there was some way like to know when I'm going to be on every day, Monday through Friday, like in the name of the show or something. Like the something chill, like the morning. I have to set an alarm. All right, we'll do that. So, anyways, but they're not. They're they're kind of interesting. The way that they portray halflings. But um, let me read this to you. I like the 9 a.m. chill. 9 a.m. chill. What a great 9:59 regret. The 9:50. Yeah, the 9:59 ready to take a nap. Right before the 10 a.m. nap. That's what I'm gonna call it. She wrote down this little thing right here. Himmelman Garafadal was the gentleman who wrote this. A consult to the king. Halfling attitudes on property rights and recommending for sentencing. To understand the halfling attitude towards property, one must understand the racial history. Halflings lived in a form of communal society from the very beginning. Each village, it's story time, kids, by the way. Let's enjoy some story time. Halflings lived in a form of communal society from the very beginning. Each village was usually simply one large extended clan. Any new villages that may have begun as separate family units quickly became one clan through intermarriage. Shut up and go to sleep. The entire village was likely to be housed in one large lodge-like structure with little or no private areas. So the very communal race. Bunch of halfling hippies. The halfling homeland is a fertile place, but low on the raw materials needed for tool making. Thus, each village tended to have few tools, which any member of the clan used as needed. Specialized tools tended to be found in the area in which they were used, but even these were not considered the property of any one person. They really embraced the whole communal idea. If a tool needed to be cared for or repaired, the person currently using it was the one upon whom the maintenance fell. If that person couldn't, they were to take it to a person who could. Halflings ate, slept, worked, and played communally. The things that were used for work, to prepare and serve food, to provide amusement, were thus considered communal property. That is not to say that the concept of private property did not exist. Some items were considered special by an individual. Personal decorations, special gifts, unique fitted items are good examples. But for someone to consider an ordinary shovel his was an aberration. One couldn't steal a common shovel because it belonged to everybody. One could take an unfair amount of portion of food, but you wouldn't steal it. The closest phrase to steal in ancient halfling translates to used a special thing then ruined it, like to devalue something. And there's a word here in it that she wrote down that appears to be in halfling, but I'm not going to try to pronounce that. From the rest of the passage, it's clear that the bad is not found in the taking, but in the ruining. Thus, it is clear that ancient halflings had no concept of private property, and also no concept of theft. When halflings began to move beyond their homeland, they began to find that other races do not share their concept of communal property. This insistence on property rights must have confounded early halfling wanderers. I want to use this tool. You are not using it. Why are you angry for me using it? Since halfling society considered such behavior unbalanced, halflings kindly ignored such odd attitudes. The nomadic tribes of outland halflings did not tend to acquire personal equipment and items, as there was not much for... the nomadic tribes of outland halflings did not tend to acquire personal equipment and items, as there was not much room for unnecessary duplication in their mobile dwellings. So, the communal lifestyle attitudes towards property remained relatively unchanged. Bartering for needed supplies became normal, but borrowing tools and equipment was still not seen as bad as long as it was not currently in use. Eventually, halflings out in the world began to have a rudimentary understanding of other races' attitudes on property. The other human-kin races they interacted with made it rather clear that they did not wish to share their property with halflings without barter of some kind. I know, but I dig this. This is preparation. I was really impressed that she wrote this. Halflings began to be marginalized by towns they visited. Since they still needed equipment and tools, halflings became much more adept at borrowing things when no one was looking. This avoided those nasty shouting incidents. While one hears many stories of how halflings borrowed things on the sly, there are few stories told of how they would also leave anything bulky that was currently unneeded by the clan. So, like a trade sort of a thing. Enough of these stories exist to convince me that it's exactly what happened. It seems that no one was upset by the leaving of items as the borrowing of them. It's understandable then that eventually halflings began to borrow small, pretty, or valuable things in order to barter them to others for the tools that they would not reasonably share, as in any sane person would. This, however, is the basis for the split in attitude between homeland halflings and outland halflings. Homeland halflings seem to feel that anything that others considered special would be asked for or bartered for before it's taken or used. Craftsmen, artisans, other creators will often customize anything they make or trade to appease their uneasiness at not being able to simply give their creations away. So expecting to have their needs taken care of in turn by others. So they values a thing with them where they increase the value of something in order to make it, in order to make the trade more reasonable in their favor. If somebody, you make something special in order to keep it. Other outland halflings, on the other hand, seem to feel that, with the exception of one is currently using or wearing, all things belong to those who want and need them at the moment. That one must therefore take pretty and valued things to pass them from those not using them, or otherwise hiding them. Like if you're hiding them, you're not using them. So the answer is no. That's right. Ryan, what's up, man? What's going on? They're basically bypassing the insane notion of personal property by ignoring it. Simply not acceptable to have one person hungry while another one has food. That makes sense. Not acceptable for one shivering in the cold while another one has an unused cloak hiding in a closet. It's ridiculous. Hiding needed and wanted items is tantamount to selfish abuse of others. You playing GTA 5? Outstanding. The difference in these two attitudes finds homeland halflings feeling that outland halflings are unfeeling towards other races. Outland halflings feel that homeland halflings are naive at best and condoning of selfish insanity at the worst. I feel that I need not say what problems the different properties attitudes cause between halflings and other humankind. In summary, I feel that I can state the halflings' thieving ways will not change. They not only do not see anything wrong with borrowing, they actually see it as working around an incomprehensible humankin insanity. Since halflings appeal to have no problem with working off the borrow, I would... no, I'm not in the studio, I'm in the dining room. I would suggest that sentences for theft be passed out to halflings be in the form of service compensation instead of coins or goods. The halflings would simply borrow back any goods they feel that they needed or wanted anyways. So, yeah. Like I said, pretty thorough. I am a halfling borrower. That's exactly right. I'm torn between the two camps. My character, Tassadin, is torn between the two. And she even wrote up, if you want to hear, if you're not totally bored yet, she wrote up something about my character specifically. She said, let me write down your origin, and Louis is right here, as a matter of fact. Good morning, Amy Swissberger. Happy Tuesday. So she asked me what I wanted to be, and I said I want to be a halfling rogue. And she says, well, how about you're the local street rat? I'm like, that's amazing. I go, I want to play a young kid who's just learning his way. She didn't let me write your. Well, she said, let me write the background and then we'll talk about it. I'm like, sure. Well, I want to see what she would do. It's her game, it's her world. How she integrates me in. It gives me an opportunity to be the character, and then I make it my own. So I kind of dug that. No, it's like when you're handed a script for a movie. Somebody already wrote it. And you're reading the script to find out if it's a part that you want to play, if it's a part you can dig into. So it's very, like I said, it's very movie production type setup. I dug it. Playing a role, literally, a role that was written for me. So Tassadin is the son of Dacia. Dacia is a well-respected weaver who lives in the... I'll be down with that. The dinner roll, that's right. Dacia is a well-respected weaver who lives in the caravanserai between Ome Valley and the Green Desert. A caravanserai is basically like a settlement, a trader town, barter town, bazaar, market town sort of thing. Her carpets, cloaks, and tents command high prices for both their beauty and their quality. Tacityn's father is known only to his mother. She never told me stories about my dad. Dacia was born in the clan of Viftis, which is the Rose, in Halfling homeland in the Inner Sea. She left the homeland. How bizarre. She left the homeland to seek adventure. She has traveled to the Elven City, to the Grove. She has spent time with the Sea People, Halflings, on Spice Turtle. I have daddy issues, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I do. Which I guess is an actual turtle. Like, it's a trading vessel that's an actual turtle, sea turtle that floats around. It's called the Spice Turtle. It's very interesting. She traveled the Green Desert with various nomadic clans. Tacityn was born while she was traveling in the desert, but none of the clans can claim him. She was with child when she began journeying in the desert. So, most halflings consider Dacia to be different because she left her clan to form her own clan. The Mortiad, or the Sand Sea clan, has only 2 members. Dacia, who's the head of the clan and female elder, and Tacityn, who's the male elder. So basically, rather than another clan saying that, you know, the child needs a clan, so we'll have to take the, you know, like it's the responsibility of the halflings to take the child and raise him. She's like, no, he's my child, so I'm going to form my own clan that's me and my child. And so his clan consists of 2 people, his mother and him. She's the head of the clan and female elder, and Tacityn is the male elder. Its symbol is a thorned desert rose on a shield. Dacia formally formed the clan and settled in the caravanserai. Tate's here. She lost her ears. Please sign for her. Oh no. Dacia formally formed the clan and settled in the caravanserai when the clan she was traveling with tried to induct young Tacityn into their clan. I should have just wrote that instead of describing it. So he could grow into be a proper man. She considers most halflings who lived outside the homelands to be leaving the true path of Yandala. She does not approve of borrowing as it is practiced by most outland halflings. Can everyone else hear me all right, though? Is Tate's having problems with sound? I mean, you're obviously sticking around, so I'm assuming the sound is good for everybody else. All right, just checking. Recent events. Tacityn has been living with his mother in the caravanserai. My cat says hi. Hi. Tacityn has been living with his mother in the caravanserai for the past 10 years. He knows it well. The people who live full-time in the caravanserai are well acquainted with Tacityn's borrowing ways, but also know that he and his mother will return items if asked. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It's been doing that a lot, but try leaving and coming back. If it's off sync, maybe it's just for you. Tacityn does not usually take food from residents unless he's very hungry. But since there are many itinerant people who bring a great variety of new and interesting things, he borrows quite freely from them. Basically, people come and go throughout the caravanserai. It's like, so he's pretty liberal with his borrowing. Tacityn has lately been hanging out around the stables, listening to stories of Omi. What's up, Veter? I should just do that when he comes in. Just say, Deets! He has, let's see, he has even tried to hire on as a laborer on the goods train going between the Caravanserai and Ome. One of the regular drivers won't take him on because of his borrowing ways, but another driver has taken him on 2 or 3 times in a row. He's gotten into minor trouble every time he's been into the city. He's had to work off his borrowing each time by working the goods train back to the Caravanserai. Basically, they send him back. He stays in the Caravanserai for a while, and then eventually he finds his way back to the city, and reminds them that he borrows stuff, and then they say, just go back to your mother, and they put him back on the goods train and send him back. So like they're like they've been very very lenient and understanding so far. Other people have been cleaning up his messes, which I think is kind of cool. That's kind of a neat little twist to that, where it's like, you know, you got to understand, it's just his way, it's just how it is. Just put him back, sorry about that. He's touched. Well, he was raised by his mother, who's always traveling in a bunch of, like, he basically, the way that she described it to me was that Tassadin's mom is a hippie, and that the other clans that he's traveled with are biker gang. So he's being raised by some interesting individuals. He doesn't have the stable household that he was raised at. He's being raised pretty much in between two places and stuff. But as far as the biker gang's concerned, it's the whole, what we want is what we want, and if you're not using it, if you're hiding it, then that means it's, and he had daddy issues. Yeah, he doesn't know who his dad is. The only father figure he has, I told D, I'm like, I'd like to give him one particular like father figure in the other clan at the Caravanserai, the other guys, the outsiders, the outlanders. Give him an uncle, Uncle Enan or whatever. I mean, he knows all the halflings there feel they. What if your dad is a traveling turtle? What if he got eaten by the traveling turtle? And considering we had such a relationship with the sea halflings, there's a good chance that one of them might be his dad. He doesn't know, but he's not really concerned about that right now. He's like, my dad's not in my life. It's my mom and me. That's all he cares about. At this time, Tassadin has stolen some apples from a vendor and fed them to the vendor's very hungry horse, because the vendor had a ton of apples that were just sitting there, and the horse was hungry. So give the horse some apples. Apparently it's not the right thing to do, whatever. Instead of the issue being taken up by the court, the vendor went to the temple of Yondala for recompense. The temple is having Tassadin stay with them until they get him back to his clan. And then I'm being escorted back to the Caravanserai. Certain rumors have been flying around like Dashia had an affair with an elf. Tassadin is really half human. And a sea goddess has laid a curse on Dashia that will kill her should she ever travel by water again. Yeah, Tassadin's dad was a lunch cop. I'm being escorted by someone. I'm not a thief yet. I mean, technically I am a thief, but I'm being escorted out of the. Tassadin did it again. That little kid, the little brat that keeps taking stuff, did it again. So it's time to send him back to his mom. Yeah, hoodlum, street rat. That's exactly what I am, street rat. I love it. I love the idea. Zero idea about zero experience in adventuring. But soon I'm gonna start my own adventure, brand new adventure. So I kind of dig it. Orange cup, that's right. So we're friends. That's right. That's right. I could show you the world. So the group was pretty good. It was like set up for the game because we're gonna do a dungeon crawl, and so it's a lot of like backstory, setting things up for the adventure. Which in my case was simply being scolded by the sisters at the temple. They're like, Tassadin, what did you do? I'm like, it depends on who you're asking. Meet any nice girls? No. I want bruschetta. Aaron, go find some food. Go get some food. So, feed your cat. So, a couple other guys there. The thing I'll have to say about Dee is that she's very thorough. She's very role playing centric. Like she's very into talking about the characters, having the characters interact with the NPCs, discussing things. If there's a conversation to be had, they will have the entire conversation, that sort of thing. Oh, sorry, Louie. I kicked my Louie in the gut. I think it's good. I like it. I like depth of character. I dig it. Some people might be like, "Come on, I want the action. I want to get into the action. Start swinging axes." And Pam would not like it. Too much role play for Pam. Pam's just like, let's get to the thing. Um. Yeah, I heard him. He's wounded. Cats. That's true. It's weird though because cats never get underneath your feet, so that's a very unusual. Um. And it was like this monk had. She likes the idea of day jobs, bludgeoning damage. That's right. Does Pam play? Pam played D&D, but she doesn't like it the same way. She likes getting in there and just fighting. She likes, where are my weapons? Where's my target? Stabby, stabby, stabby. They're dead. Grab their loot. Move on. She's very much into that. Stabby, stabby, stabby. Grab the loot. I am a little more into storyline and character and stuff like that. So, because I've asked her, I'm like, what type of character would you want? She's like, Matt, I don't think like that. You like that stuff. I don't like that stuff. What type of character do I have? What type of leather do I have? What type of armor? She loves DDO for that reason. HP is DP, drama points. That's right. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, you are, Tate. Yeah, you are. So she just likes getting in there and stabby, 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 grab your loot, move on to the next target, which is fine. Like I said, if that's the style of play you like, no, cool. But she's like a day job's important. You know how Peter Parker, Spider-Man, he's a superhero, but he wasn't a superhero all the time. He was a photographer. He had a day job, and she's like, that's part of the story. You know, Logan was a day laborer. You know, he had his booze and his cigars and clothes on his back, and that's what he did. He wandered around looking for work. So, glorified hobo, superhero, super hobo. Yeah, Batman had money here. So, I like that idea. She's like, if you're gonna have money, what's your money going towards? And I'm like, okay, so if I don't have any money, the idea of Tacit is, I don't have money because I'm a child and I don't work yet, and I just pretty much, I try to do some day labor and stuff like that, but I end up spending the money in order to get the things that I want, or acquiring things in different ways. So I mean, I'm kind of learning the wrong way about how the world works. That if there's a pile of gold that somebody has, it happens to be a pile in their pocket. But if there's a pile of gold that somebody has that they're trying to hide away, it's like, you're not using that, so I'm going to take like one or two. I'm going to take the whole thing, but I'll take a coin or two. And the less you take, the more willing people are to part with it. We play at the place called Geek Out on the other side of town on 200 here in Ocala. So we played in a small room. There was like 5 of us there. Me, 3 other players, and then D, the DM. So that was kind of cool. And they went on their thing, and they got their whole thing set up. There was a whole mess of. I was basically grounded because I did this thing. How long a drive? Like 15 minutes. Not that bad. um, they were going about this thing of they were traders and they were adventurers and they were looking for work and stuff like that, and there was a big spice turtle that came into town, so they were looking for people to trade with, get some of the spices and trading goods, that whole thing. So there was the whole market commerce angle that they were pulling, and meanwhile my character was stuck at the temple because I stole something, and I was grounded. They have to keep an eye on me so I don't upset any other townspeople. Um, but that was cool. It was neat. I did what I could, being a kid, uh, you know, hanging out there, uh, doing some time on watch, on hold up, or lock up. I asked if I could escape. There was no way I could escape because they were watching me because they know me. I'm like, yeah, crap. So, gaming zone. Um, what's gaming zone, Chinny? Is that a place or? There is a gaming zone or something like that in town, but no, this was a Geek Out. Can't remember if this is a gaming zone. Can't remember what it's called or not. You play what and where? I was playing Dungeons and Dragons at a place called Geek Out on 200 in here in Ocala. So I was very it was very cool to get everything set up. So now we're going to be traveling, and there's a couple missions that we're gonna. Did you wear a costume? No, no, I don't wear a costume. How the hell am I gonna look like a halfling? 6'3" halfling, 380 pounds. Oh, I'm a halfling. Oh, that's on the screen. That's not me. It was like I looked like there was a piece of something on me. It's like, no, it's on the screen. So, yeah, that went kind of cool. And now, so I wrote up my character and all the stuff I had on me. I will. I hope to. The only thing about that is that they're not. Um, Her husband is a very soft talker. He kind of mumbles. So I know people are going to be like, "Fucking speak up." But she's cool, and it's not exciting for anybody else. If you have to be really have to be a nerd in order to like role playing games, because there's a lot of explanation, a lot of get on with it. Like I said, Pam would be totally fucking bored by the whole thing. She'd be like, "We spent 5 hours just to talk about trading jars of jam for pearls and feathers and what the frig? No gold." I watch D&D campaigns on YouTube all the time. But I'm learning. I'm learning. There's a difference between playing an RPG and then broadcasting an RPG. There's two different things with that. There's much more production and much more things to consider. You have to consider the audience just as much, if not more, than the actors in the seats. And more often than not, you're not really acting necessarily. It's not called acting when you're playing a role-playing game, but I mean, it is. There just has to be more of it involved. So, I'm learning about how do you keep things exciting and for entertainment value, as opposed to without having to edit. Because if you're doing a live thing, there's no editing. You're watching me, and you're watching the people around me. So I have to keep talking. I have to keep making things interesting. I have to keep addressing you guys and responding to you guys to keep you involved and keep you interested and stuff like that. As opposed to D&D, where it's like a lot of, okay, well, in the book it says, hold on a second, let me find out what page that is, and I think I'm supposed to roll Dex plus. I know that's exciting. Oh, hold back. That's the whole reason why I wanted 10,000 Worlds to not be about any rule books, but action. Go, do it. Here's what we're doing. Yeah, I think it is fun. It is fun to look up the rules, to look up stats, and to do all that and make the rules and make sure that you have successes and fails and stuff. That is fun, but it's fun for the people playing it. It's interesting for the people playing it. You're occupying their time, but you're not occupying the audience's time, and that's the important part of this. That's the reason why with 10,000 Worlds I wanted those specific dice to say what happens, succeed or fail, not my role versus your role. I don't want it to be about the dice. I want it to be about the playing the role and about the action, about telling the story. So that's where 10,000 Worlds is going to differ a lot from D&D. But I would like to still show D&D and how that works so people can see that. 10,000 kobolds. Oh man, I love kobolds. Kobolds are cool. So she has written a lot about the world that they're in, the different lands. She's done a lot of backstory on a lot. She's done some world building, so I dig it. It's the same thing as me. With all the stuff I've done so far in 10,000 Worlds, that's all up in here that I have to get written down on paper. And I have a buddy of mine, Henry, who lives in Wisconsin. I hope to get on Periscope at some point. My buddy Henry has written a book. I think it's called The Coin. If you want to try looking up, let's see if we can look it up online together here. Display. There you go. Now we're displaying. Let's take a look at this online here. I think it's called The Coin by Henry Grady. There we go. So, whoops. Henry's my buddy. He was here. He lived here in Ocala, and now he's living up in Wisconsin. A porn bookmark folder. Happenstance and compassion break the monotony of a late night at work, focusing Dale Burns, an average 30-something architect, to begin journey of suspense, murder, humor, and excitement. Will Dale be able to continue to outwit the bad guys, unlock the secrets of the coin? The likable villain helps keep our hero on his toes as they race around North and Central Florida. Dale knows that he cannot hide forever. Courage, luck, and loyalty round out this riveting tale, the first in its series. So, my boy is a published author. So, Henry is going to help me out in hopefully getting some of the, what do you call it, some of the kinks worked out in the story. So get some of the stuff mapped out and everything. I think it'd be kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to that. And anybody else who likes writing, like D, I'd probably borrow D. I'll probably talk to her and be like, listen, you're really good at backstory and creating a world. Here's the outline of the stuff that I want. If you want to help me, fill in the blanks, put some meat on the bones. But because that's the most important part of this to me is, the community thing. I didn't want to create all of 10,000 Worlds by myself. I want everybody else to be involved and see what they think about it. But there's a lot of stuff that I built on it myself just because I want to show the core of it, the core idea of it, and then expand from there. So, I don't know if I have any 10,000 Worlds stuff. Maybe I do. Let me take a look and see if I have it, like in my Dropbox or something like that. See if I have. Do I have the Dropbox app? I don't have the Dropbox app. I got to use the website. But yeah, I'm gonna check Dropbox. $10,000 Worlds? Anything? Anything? Hello? 10,000 Worlds RPG system. Oh, that might be the old one. Yeah, that's the old thing. I don't have the new stuff on my computer. Anyways, that was fun. So I'm glad to share that with you guys. Sorry. Um, I'll have to get the stuff written down there so you guys can take a look at that. And also, you know what I can show you? I can show you the app because I got my phone right here. Let me grab this. I won't be able to see you for a second, so I'm sorry about that. I got my phone right here, and I can't see you guys right now. So if you're talking, sorry. Maybe I can pull it up on. Give me a second here, and I'll see if I can pull this up on my computer. Periscope. There we go. Can I see you? Can I see you seeing me? Can I see me seeing you seeing me? Oh, looks like it. I'm on live. Where am I? Can I see you? Can I see you seeing me? Can I see me seeing you seeing me? So I got you on my computer now, so I can read you. But let me look here. So this is my phone. Oh, looks like it. I'm on live. And where am I? Close that there. Can I see you seeing me? Can I see me seeing you seeing me? So I got you on my computer now, so I can read you. But let me look here. So wait, this is my phone. There we go. I could hear a little bit too much there. It was playing the desktop audio, so I had to shut that off. So let me show you this here. Too many mats on the dance floor. So I got this little app that rolls the dice, and then that's the app. That's the thing for 10,000 Worlds, but you can't really see it. Let's see if I can focus. Can you focus? There we go. What's going on, James? How you doing, sir? And then all you do is So I got to figure out a way that I could get my phone. Oh, you know what? I can figure out how to do that. As a matter of fact, there's an app that I can use in order to the Chromecast it or something like that on the. I'll have to figure that out. It is a really cool app. But I can now read you some of the things because it's on my phone, so I can read it now. Just waking up. All right. Well, good morning, sir. Good morning, sunshine. Yeah, let me do this. I can read it to you and I can show you at the same time. So let me figure out how that is that I can do that. There's an app. It might be on my phone already. Office. A way that I can emulate or broadcast whatever's on my phone onto the screen at the same time. Is it social, maybe? No. I was gonna yell yesterday at you because you went through Ocala, did you? And did you wave? I have Chromecast, but I don't think I can Chromecast onto a computer. Oh, what I can do is I can throw these. Okay, I know what to do. Oh, Google Docs. Google Docs. I got them on Google Docs. Oh, Google Docs. See if I can sign in. All right. So I don't need my phone necessarily, but let me just do this here. Pizza job? I'm not doing pizza anymore. I'm currently unemployed. Coming back through this afternoon. All right. Let me jump back on here. Put my phone back. What am I looking for? Google Documents. Something. Oh shit! My screen went off. What's wrong with you? There we go. Now we're back on there. So I can remove you from my. I can remove you from my monitor. Here we go. Add notes from Keep to this doc. No thanks. All right, let's get back to this thing here. I forgot I put them on Google Docs. Yes, darling. Yes, Tate. Did I reapply for Lunch Cop? Nope, the job hasn't become available yet. I've been looking on there and I haven't reapplied yet. Once it becomes available, I will definitely reapply. But I have not seen the job posted yet. And worst comes to worst, I'll just have to try to apply for another school. But Amanda Stanley, hello. Okay, this is the book. They say I'm like a bus because anyone with 250 can have a ride. Outstanding. Well, I'm broke, so sorry. This is literally the picture of the book that I saw. Hooters is hiring? Yeah. I'm a hot piece of ass for Hooters. So I used to work at a place called I used to work at a trophy shop. They do trophies and awards and stuff. And while I was working there as a graphic designer, I came across this book. And as I'm looking at it, for the first time I looked at it, I glanced at it real quick. It looked like it said 20,000 worlds. But no, it said 20,000 words. And the idea popped into my head about all this. Tucked away in a dusty corner of a dusty shelf in a dusty shop I worked at ages ago, I caught a glimpse of the title and this worn out cover. For a second, I thought it said 20,000 worlds, and everything I'm about to tell you immediately flashed in my mind's eye. I'm not joking. This actually did happen. The Ostium Artifex was a lackluster device. It had the look of an aged bronze and sort of reminded me of those old chalk holders from elementary school, somehow fused with a bicycle combination lock. The key to the device was placing a stick of material into the holder, scrolling the tumblers into the desired 4-digit number, and drawing a portal in the right spot to activate the dimensional door in one of 9,999 worlds. Three people ever to exist know the truth about the event. You can see that all from a book. Yep. Only 3 people ever to exist know the truth about the event. Everything before and everything after. Author Howard Philip Lovecraft, The Old Man, and now you. The event occurred on December 21st, 2012, deep in the Mariana Trench off the coast of Guam. A private multi-core research facility called Century discovered an unexpected source of power. What harm can a single pinhole in time-space do when compared to limits? Okay, these are the other notes. These are my previous notes. I didn't update my notes online yet. Where's the other thing? Is that the old style? The D10? Yeah, that's the old D10. Okay, old files. Never mind. I need to update them. But the whole idea of the thing is I wrote down the timeline of things that happened. I wrote down a lot of the rules of things of how the rules work, which is a lot of not a lot of dice rolling, but when you do the dice rolling, it gets right to the point. Did you succeed or fail? Did something good or something bad maybe happen in addition to that thing? What did the action do, and what are the repercussions? So very, very short and sweet. So you don't have to like check stats. You don't have to check your character sheet and then reference what an NPC's character sheet was or any whatever. And it lends itself to writing a story really easy. So we'll see how this Dungeons and Dragons thing goes. We'll see how that goes. And like next Monday should be interesting because I've been introduced. My character's all rolled up. We're going to be out on the road in the caravan going through the desert. Who knows if we might get hit by bandits or something. So it'll be fun to check out. But in fact, let me do this. Let me go because it's 10:13 now. So I've been on here giving for an hour. I'm looking for a group to play with myself. Hey, hold on a second. We don't need that kind of talk on here, James. Come on now. Well, I'll tell you, like I said, we're gonna bye CG. You have a great morning to play D&D. Yeah. I'm gonna try to talk to her a little bit more about what we're doing. See if she could be on board with it. If Dee could be on board with it and help me out with that. But I'm gonna get going right now and update the stuff on the website, on my Google Documents. Update all that stuff, and then what character am I? First level halfling. When's happy hour? I don't have happy. I'm happy every hour. That's not true. This was happy hour. I'm all done. I'm a level 1 halfling rogue, little street rat named Tassadin. But I will update you at the very least on what happens with my character as I progress. Let's see if we can get them on camera. You know, get the Periscope that, broadcast that. Fix the lip delay. Well, there's nothing really I can do about that, man. It's showing up good for me. It's just when it goes out there, there might be a delay on your end, but there's nothing I can really do about that. I've checked on YouTube and Twitch, and there's no delay. And I'm broadcasting right now on OBS, and there doesn't seem to be a delay. So the only thing I could suggest is if you leave the room and come back, try that. That might sync everything up. But nothing I can do about that, man. Once it leaves my computer. All right, have a great day, James. Thank you again. I'm going to thank you like every day for quite a while for this camera. But then I got this set up. Turned off 3 times, still there. Give me a yell later on. We'll do. You betcha. Haruko! It's Europe's end here. It's the end of Europe. Haruko's here. Haruko's right down here. We can get the other one on board. Sweet. Yeah, that'll be cool. We need to set up like another camera and have Pam sit down. Hi, Christina. Good morning. It's Europe's end here. The world's coming to an end. Hi there, sweetheart. You can change views. I can even, like, I can do this cool thing right here, too. I was doing this. Whoa. Whoa. So I'm learning to do other stuff. Right down here. That's right. There it is. Rubber duck cam. How do you do the backgrounds? That's my desktop. And I wasn't saying that. Who's saying that? But yeah, you can the desktops and stuff. Don't twist my words. You just said hello. It's Europe's end here. It's Europe's end here. So I didn't know what you were saying. I'm not trying to twist your words. Haruko, I love you. Stop it. I've seen backgrounds as writing and all kinds of stuff. How are you, cousin? I'm doing well, cousin. How are you doing? I have a way that I can broadcast stuff on my computer, and I can show stuff that's on my desktop, because this is my actual desktop right here, and I can pull up Steam, so I can play video games. Tell Haruko I said hey. Haruko, James says hey. So I can do stuff on my computer, and then I can switch back to talking to you guys again, like this. I'm getting stuff set up. I'm doing some pretty cool stuff. You have a Mac? OBS, I think, is on Mac. Periscope works on Mac. Is it the same? I have never messed with Macs. I'm not an Apple guy, so I can't really tell you. The way I have it set up is definitely a unique way, considering I'm on Periscope and Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that I've learned how to do that I honestly have purged from my memory. So I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if it'd be easy to do on a Mac or not. But it's kind of cool. You were talking about lip sync and problems being on Watcher's End. Oh, okay. You're saying the problem with the delay is the transmission. Gotcha. Okie dokie. So sorry about that, John. That's how it works. The internet is a fickle mistress. At least you're not experiencing the type of delay you get at. Can Twitch see our chat? No, unfortunately, no. You need to do sponsor for Redneck Rentals. All right, that'd be cool. I'll have anybody as a sponsor. Yeah, I got it so that the Twitch and the YouTube can show up here. Periscope's supposed to show here too, but it's not doing it yet. And the guys at Restream say, "Oh, it should work fine." But it's not working fine. Yeah, but it should work. It should work fine. Periscope works. I'm telling you, it doesn't. And they've been replying back to me like super slow about it. So I'm gonna try to get that figured out where I can get you guys whenever you guys talk to show up on here as well. So. I'm trying to work on that, trying to work with them to see, like, you know, what's his name? So Randy or whatever his name is. Randy. Let me find what the guy said. Hi, unfortunately, Stream feature is broken currently. It will be fixed soon. And Periscope works when you go live, as Randy said. And I said, I'm live right now on Twitch, YouTube, and Periscope. Only Twitch and YouTube are appearing in the chat. And he did reply. So I said, sorry, I don't mean to pester you guys, but it's just not working for me. Like, I'm telling you, it's not working. You can tell Randy to go suck it, because it's not working. But no. So I don't know. We'll wait to hear from Anton and Randy from Restream. Somebody go talk to Randy. Find that Randy dude. Tell him to fix the thing. I'd love, you know, in fact, I would love for him to. I should message him and say, can you show me an example of it working? Like, can you give me somebody else's broadcast? Hey, William, how you doing, sir? Direct me to someone else's broadcast so I could see that it's working for them. And then I'll talk to them, so I won't bug you guys anymore. You know, just direct me to somebody that can tell me how to make it work, because it's not working for me, but whatever. Randy's too busy smoking weed, I know. Has to be something easy you can fix. And considering I'm oblivious to a lot of it and you're missing it, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That's possible. I'm usually oblivious to how this stuff works. It's all the fact that I've made this happen is amazing to me because I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. So the fact that I have the computer set up the way I have it set up and the webcam, and the fact that I've gotten this far not knowing what the hell I'm doing. I know what I want to do. I know where I want to be. Psychotic, how you doing, sir? Or madam? Could be either or. So, YouTube is your friend. That's true. That's true. I could just look it up on there. I don't know if there's anything referencing that, but I'll try to look it up on YouTube. But all right, it's 10:23. It's time for me to get off here. See if YouTube has a video on it. I will. I'll look that up. I'm gonna get off here right now. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. If you haven't followed this broadcast yet, please do so. It is very cool. This is very cool. I'll be able to play games with you guys. I'll be able to have guests on here at some point. I mean, I have a nice big table, and if we end up getting some more cameras and stuff set up, you know, maybe we do 10,000 Worlds or something like that. So I'll be able to do more things like that. And then once I put this in the studio, oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be very cool. Right now, it's on Scope and YouTube and Twitch currently. And I'm figuring out a way to integrate the Scope part with the chat so that everybody can see everybody. Because you can see the people talking to us on YouTube and Twitch right here, but they can't see you currently. So, but that's all right. Can you tell me more how the mission's going, cable in the shed went? I haven't put the Ethernet cable in the shed yet. Twitch under 3231, yes. YouTube is youtube.com/c/3231. Twitch is twitch.com/3231. Periscope is periscope.tv/3231. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy, what's going on, man? I did not run the Ethernet cable through to the studio yet. This is still in the dining room. They knocked down the price to $160. So I don't know exactly where we're going to go with that. Because I need to come up with the money. Because Pam's like, you can do whatever you want. If you come up with the money, you can do whatever you want. So I just got to figure out a way to come up with the money. Currently not having a job, that makes it difficult. But how are you? Anything new? Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Check the replay, because I just talked about a whole bunch of junk. A lot of stuff happening, but yeah, it's very cool. Not to blow you off there, but I've spent an hour and 25 minutes discussing lots of stuff. So, GoFundMe or, yeah, something like that. I'll figure out something. Hey, man, you need help with a job? Right now, no. I'm not. I mean, I'm trying to focus on this, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing here. I mean, if it comes up that you know I am looking for some help in order to pick up a job, absolutely we'll let you know. But right now, I'm trying to focus. My focus is on it's an online job. Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what. If you have any, if anyone has anything that they'd like to suggest, if anyone wants to get in contact with me in any way whatsoever, I'm available on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, and my email address is 3231@gmail.com. So, and that's 3231, just like it's written down there, 3TWO3ONE. Gimped Ogre, gotcha, followed. Gimped Ogre, is that William? Gimped Ogre on Twitch just sent me a little message. So thank you very much for leaving a message. Delicious hot coffee. Good morning. I'll pay you if you dress up as a clown for my kid's birthday party. Wait, I'm already dressed up as a clown. Look at me. I'm not clown enough for you? Now, if I'm on here on Periscope dressed as a clown, will that count? I don't have to be in person. I can broadcast on Periscope in a clown's outfit. Clowns in orange are the best clowns. I like to think so. Prison style clowns. Oh, prison clowns. No, we don't want to talk about that. Now we're starting to get a little off topic there. But all right, thank you very much for hanging out with me, guys. If once again, if you have not followed me yet, please do so. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions or anything like that, please contact me through Twitter or Instagram or my Gmail account, like I said, 3231@gmail.com. And as always, Monday through Friday, check me out here, 9 a.m. for the 9 a.m. chill on Twitch and on YouTube and on Periscope. And that's about it. I will catch you guys. I will catch you guys later. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, everybody. Let's see. I'm gonna play us out with a song. But love your faces.